Okay, hey everybody. So this video is for those that were looking to make an inquire form on traveljoy. There are many places in which you can make your inquire form, but some people are using traveljoy, and this is just to help you get started in making your virtual inquire form. Traveljoy does have a cost involved if you're just looking at this video and trying to figure out. They have a free trial for a week, and then there's a cost involved, but there are a lot of good perks about it. So this is just the inquire form. So what I'm going to do is I am going to share screen. Right now, I've already logged in. So once you go to traveljoy.com, as you see in the top, you'll come to something like this. You won't see anything here. These are bookings. This just happens to be mine. So this may be empty and things like that, especially if you're on a trial, it may say something special up here. But you want to go to the left and go to templates. You're going to scroll down to forms. Yes, there's email templates, all of that stuff we can specially teach you later, but we're just focusing on forms. I click form. Right, and then there's multiple ones you can do, right? We're not focusing on credit card authorization, we're just focused on like a client inquiry form. They do have a default one that you can just add things to, or you can make a fresh one. So I'm just gonna do a fresh one because I already have mine and I don't want to edit it. So now you see a blank one. You can change the name. So client inquire, right? That's the name of it. When you have templates and emails set up with templates, you can pick whatever one you want to go there if you make that. Not a big deal right now. Same thing, confirmation once it's sent in. This is not a proposal. You're not sending a quote. This is a form confirmation. Once again, email button text. So usually I just have the same thing, submit form. So when they click the button, it's going to say submit form on it. It's up to you. Most of the inquiries that come in are inquiries so that you can make a quote, not authorize something. You can always send a credit card authorization later, but I would not attach it because there's nothing for them to authorize if you're just trying to figure out what information or where they want to go. You can put terms and conditions. As you can see here on the left, they have that here where you make up your own terms and conditions, whether that is a cancellation policy or you give permission to whatever. You can attach that here if you want. Sorry. And you can see I have multiple ones, so I'm just making it up right now. So everything else is a drag and a drop. So you'll see all these different categories on the right-hand side that you can drag and drop. Some you may want to use later. For example, you don't necessarily need to know their passport number, and I don't know my passport number, so that's not something you may want to ask them. But I also usually send my business partners what mine looks like so that they can see what's important and then tailor it however they feel. So obviously you would name the name, email, phone number, date of birth, right? So you see this, anything with a star next to it is very similar here. Anything that you see with a star with it will be required. So here I'm gonna just do this really quickly. I'm gonna put a header. And you can, let's see, what did I write? I gave them information. So travel details, I'm just making this up as we go along. Anytime you hit the pencil, it's something you can edit. And you really don't have to make it like this, right? You can put a little blurb in it as well if you want, but you don't have to. So let's just do name. If you go over here, you'll see something that says client name. You just click and you drag. Anytime you see the buffer, that's where it's going to land. If you want it to land under, that's what you do. Let it go. So full name, right? So here, edit, one thing I always say is make sure it says as shown on passport, right? Because people will put no one needs to know Momo. We don't really want preferred names when it comes to this because people will put their nicknames and you can't book them as such. It's up to you if you want them to have a prefix. Some cruise lines as Miss, Mrs., first name, you could leave middle name because sometimes like Vacation Express and those things, you need it. And if it's on their passport, it's important. Anything with blue in TravelJoy will automatically get saved into your CRM, which means it is saved forever and ever and ever, right? So even if they don't book with you or they do book with you, you will always have that information in your contacts right here. So for example, I'll leave the prefix, but it's not required, but the first name, the last name, that's required. The suffix, say I don't want it to know if they're a junior, and I can exit out, right? And I'm just using this as a template. So we need email, we need phone number, and then we need a multiple choice. So this one's simple, they have email. So once again, wherever you see the line is where it's gonna fall. Email, phone number, right? And now I'm gonna pick a multiple choice, and that's called radio group. So I'm just gonna show you the different styles, and then I'll let you guys do your own thing, right? So radio group. If I put radio group over here and drop it, I can edit it and say, what is your gender, right? And say this is not really a big thing. I don't need to require it. So I make it male, female. Ooh, yes. Wow, wow, wow. And you could say prefer not to say, or you could just leave it at that because it's not required in the first place, right? And it does this right here. This allows them to only pick one answer, one or the other. Something you can also do, just so you know, some people are particular, if you hit inline, it puts it side by side. So that's up to you, 100%. Something I will say, most of the time we do send quotes through email. So you're gonna make sure that's required. For me, my preference, I make phone calls required because if for some reason they put in their wrong email and I can't get in contact with them, it's a problem. So it's up to you. But the red stars always mean that is required, which means they cannot submit this form until they fill in that information. Even if they wrote NA, it would have to be something in that box in a sense. Date of birth. So this is a drop down. I'll show you how to do a drop down and we'll work on the dates and then we'll kind of let it go. So the one thing I will say about TravelJoy is there's a date field here, which you kind of use for departure date and return date. But you do want to go down to where it says client important dates when you're putting in the birthday. Because when you put in the birthday, once again, you'll see that it turns blue. I don't need that, right? I don't want to know their anniversary right now. But when it's blue, that means their birthday will once again be saved in your contacts forever and ever. If you just use date field, it's just going to be the date field. It's not going to save those dates forever and ever. It's only going to save it for what you need for that inquire, right? So that's important to grab the actual birth date from there. Now, once again, I'm just going to put the header. And I tend to do what type of vacation are they looking for? You can say it how you want. However, I usually tell people it's good to have a drop down for this because if they're typing in, they may get either really, really vague or they may go out on a tangent and Japan, da 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 da. And I only list what I want to book. So that can be package trips for you, that can be flights only, it could be whatever you want. But only probably list what you want to book, right? And you can even put other, if you want, and find out maybe you want to send them somewhere else if it's Japan and you don't want to book Japan. So look, I'm putting a header once again because I'm changing to, travel details. Once again, I might actually move that down. That would have been smarter. Ooh, lights. See, I missed, so I click again and I could still adjust and move it down here. So even from here, I could have moved that down, but I'm just doing this I'm just writing travel details again, just because. So travel details. Now, the first thing we have on here is a drop-down box that says, what type of vacation are you looking for, right? Verbally do it however you want. But drop down here, you'll see is not a checkbox, it is select. So if you take the select button, scroll it all the way down, even if you let it go by mistake, whoops, it's there, but that's not where I want it. I move it down some more. When I hit the pencil, which is edit again, you'll get all your options. So what type of vacation are you looking for? This is 100% required for me. If not, I don't know what in the world they want. So I can put cruise. I can put all inclusive, weddings, whatever you want. So I'm just showing you so that way, boop, now it's a drop down. Bam, 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 right? Put what you want, edit what you want. If you're gonna have multiple drop downs, yes, you can make a copy and make the next one, right? So that's what this means, makes a copy. So we did multiple choice before. The box allows them to pick multiple ones. So this is up to you. Like if you want to do a what is included in their trip, I want to add this, that, and a third. I want all of these things. It gives them options. Circles, one choice. Boxes, one option. So I'm going to just do a quick fill in the blank and regular dates. I'm actually going to skip around so that way you guys can see the different ones. So it may not make sense, but I want you guys to see the different ones. So there is text field, right? So text field, if I'm correct, right, is just to fill in the blank. I would not word it like this. I'm just doing this for happenstance right now. Destination, so they fill in the destination, Mexico, Jamaica, right? So now you have what type, the drop down, and all inclusive, and they want to go to Mexico. I would definitely make this a full sentence. Like I said, I'm skipping around. Then I'm going to show you how to do the regular date field. So I dropped it. Whoops, I made a mistake. Take it, drop it again. Oh, nope, I don't know what I just did. Yeah, so I'm going to take the date field and move it down wherever I want it. But as you can see, the date field does not have this blue next to it. So therefore it doesn't save it, which is fine. It saves it for your inquire, but not in their actual contact information. So once again, this could be departure date. I don't know what I just did because my computer's going so slow. Requirement, right? And then guess what? I hit copy because I want a return date, and I just changed the words to return date. Right? And now they're both required, you know, when they want to leave, when they want to come back. And for example, you can make one of these and say, are the dates flexible? Right? Are they set on those dates because they're off or not? So we know how to do all of these right now because they're still in the blanks. We know how to do these. We know how to do this type. These are important questions, so I want you to go over them on your own, and how you choose to book, but we have already showed you how to make these type. Same thing, showed you how to make that. Now there is a big one, I believe it is paragraph or text area. Let's not lie. Let's see. I'm going to test this out right in front of you because I don't remember. Text area, yes. So text area is the same thing as the short one, except they have more space, right? Once again, you could require it, change it to whatever you want. So that's text area. I do like additional people traveling. Once again, we've done this one, we've done this one, we've done this one. With TravelJoy, they have a loyalty. So if you want to, you can do this later, or you can add it if you want. But if you drag and drop their client loyalty over, it pretty much takes care of everything known to man. So you have your United, your Hiltons, your Marriott, Bonvoy, and then they could put the number in. If you put in Carnival, you'll see Carnival VIFP. If you want to put latitude, you see Norwegian's latitude. If they have TSA pre-check, they can put all of those numbers in there as much as they want, and it will save it. If they don't know, I don't put it required, but it helps if they do. Moving on. Right? So that's pretty much it. Those are the type that you're gonna need. Fill in the blank, multiple choice. This is text area. This is checkbox. Loyalty program. Once again, text field, text area, text field, so on and so forth, going up. Date, what do they call it? Date field, that's what this is, date field. Going up, drop down, right? And the drop down, I think that's the majority of what we have, because everything else is name and email, and drop down is considered select. Okay, so this is just to give you guys an idea. Obviously, when you're done, you would hit save. I'm not hitting save because I don't want another form for no reason, right? So what I am going to do is actually go back really quick. This is a fake version, so you could preview it. Now you could change this picture, don't worry about it. Hey, this is one of my clients. So you see what it looks like, just the general idea of what you did. These are my terms and conditions, so that's why you see all of this extra stuff. This is up to you, right? But say I'm done. When it's done, you will see it pop up right in here where that original list was, right? So this is just to give you a quick idea, guys, on how to make the travel inquire form via TravelJoy. Of course, you can always get with me or your success coach, and they will show you a little more in depth. Feel free to ask questions. No big deal. I just figured we could do this for you guys and make it a little easier. Have a good day.